Alright guys, so today we're going to discuss the biggest mistake people make when logging food, especially in MyFitnessPal. I see a lot of people track for a few weeks and you're like, bro, I'm over and I'm impatient, I'm stuck, and you feel like quitting. And if you someone can relate to this, stay till the end of this video. I'll explain all the biggest mistakes people make and the strategies that can really help you out logging food and achieve your goals faster and quicker. All right, let's get going. And if that's you in the picture, like you can relate to, and trust me, you are not alone. It's super common, and it's not because you're lazy or you're someone who lacks discipline. Most of the time, it's just the way you're tracking that's making it harder than it needs to be. So what we need to do, we need to have a mindset shift here. And here's the shift. Success isn't all about tracking perfectly. It's about tracking smart and avoiding the burnout that you might get like while trying to be perfect all the time. So perfect logging is what burns out people, and smart logging is what gets people the result. So we're going to start with some mistake that people make. The first mistake is setting up some unrealistic calories, all right, which is too low. And people, that's what they struggle. They start with too aggressively with the calories. People slash their calories thinking I'm going to get faster results, but usually happens is you're tired most of the time, you're hungry, your workouts get worse, your cravings go up, and then you quit. And when you quit, you rebound again. So what's the fix on this? The fix. So instead, I want you to start with a small deficit like 300 to 200 calories around, and something you can actually repeat on your busiest week. Then you check your energy, your hunger, your mood, your training, and you adjust weekly, not emotionally every single day. And if you someone wants to gain muscle or weight, then you do the opposite. Like you have to be 200 to 300 calories surplus, all right? And you slowly, progressively track over time, weekly, and you adjust. All right. Mistake number 2, inaccurate logging. That's the sneaky one, right? And let me go through these things like here. The splash of oil, the sauces, the bites while cooking, the handful of nuts. That small stuff adds up fast. And also a big one, using random unverified entries that are wrong. Like those also, I'm going to come into the next point. And a lot of studies has shown diet apps can have real discrepancies compared to reference methods. So accuracy matters. All right. The fix is simple. Track smarter. All right. Don't track more, just track smarter. Rule number 1. Always use verified foods and barcode so MyFitnessPal literally explain how their database works and why unverified entries are a thing. Rule number 2, measure the calorie dense stuff, oils, nuts, peanut butter, dressing. Rule number 3, if you eat similar meals, like build a recipe and like you try and you reuse it, and this alone fixes like 80% of the stall. It fixes like it saves a lot of time. You don't have to keep logging in every time when you go in. Like you can just literally take out one recipe that you've already logged in, and it makes life a lot easier. All right. And regarding the verified food, so always look for a tick mark on the side of the food. Those are verified, so you need to stop logging in the unverified food groups. All right, so mistake number 3, calories only. All right, no balance. So people only chase the calorie number and ignore the balance. You can hit your calories and still feel starving all the day if your meals are basically more carbs, low in protein, and low in fiber. Then what happens? Your hunger comes over, cravings when like snacking happens, and the deficit just disappears, right? So The easiest upgrade to do it: protein plus fiber. Add protein to breakfast. Always try to build meals around protein first, then comes your veggies, then comes your fiber, then your carbs, then your fats. A simple starting point for a lot of people is around 40 carbs, 30 protein, and 30% of fat. And then we adjust based on your lifestyle. All right, trust me guys, if you stick to this percentage, like, you will start seeing your body changing so fast. All right. Okay, then mistake number 4: eating back exercise calories. Right. So the exercise calorie, it's a myth. People usually eat back everything their watch says they have burned. For example, your Apple Watch says you have burned 500 calories. That doesn't mean you will eat back that 500 calories from a cookie, from a meal. The problem is the variables. They are sometimes based on the brands. They're not the great calorie burn calculator. Different brands can show different results. So a big review found energy expenditure errors often above 30% across all the brands. So even the lab comparisons have shown trackers miss calorie burn pretty badly. So you think you're in a deficit, but you accidentally wipe it out. So the final rule: consistency, not perfection. So here's the real rule. All right, consistency will always beat perfection. So if you do eat back calories, use a buffer like only 50 to 67% of what the tracker says. And here's something that should calm you down. Like MyFitnessPal found people who log just for 4 days in the first week out of 7 days are about 7 times more likely to show progress. That means you don't need to log in 7 out of 7 perfect days. That's what I always say. You need enough days to stay aware and stay consistent. Even like some days, logging in for 2 times a week, it's enough. And most importantly, I want you to remember this: your food log is not a test. You are not failing at anything. You're just getting some feedback from the app. So track smart, stay consistent, and you'll start seeing progress without burning out.